I'm alive. Can you see? Can you see me? Oh, jeez. Hello. Um, I wish there was. Is there some way I can move this chat over? Hello. I am streaming with OBS. It says excellent connection, which is nice. Usually it's like, oh, I don't know what's really going on. It's a little weak, so mediocre. I'm trying to see. Just trying to see if I can change this thing. No, no. I was trying to see if I could change the title and stuff, but I don't see it, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Hi, my name is Angelique, also known as Angelique the artist. I live in Los Angeles, and it's a Sunday day, and I have been going live recently on YouTube and on Facebook. And yesterday was Saturday, and I usually do my affirmation rants. I've been doing them as YouTube shorts, but I decided since I missed it yesterday, I'm going to do it today on the live. Oh, hold on now. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Any case, so I decided we're gonna do it on this live today, and I said on Facebook that I was gonna do a certain affirmation. So let's look that up. I also just wanted to go live with y'all today so we could just kind of hang out and I can get some just some content time. Oh my gosh, I love this. Look what my friend just posted on Facebook. Oh, can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, there you go. It says, sit in the front. Those who think you're blocking their view can come to the front. Oh. Two. Okay. Wow, look at that imagery. Oh my goodness. And the colors are just totally different, so you can't really see it, but it's like a pink and blue flower. This was literally what this was like doing this show. It was so weird. We came back from break yesterday. It was the last day, and everybody was like standing in lines, like standing on this grid. I was like, people are weird. It's like you want to be like an independent person, but you also want to be in a community. You also want to be in line and orderly, but you want to be like, there are no rules. Like, what? Hold on, let me see if I can find this. My headphones are broke. This thing is just hanging, but they still work though. Like with the wires and stuff, it still connects, but it's just like slapped off. Ugh. Let's see. Sharing updates and exciting things. to like a 15-minute video. Uh, Hold on, let me pause this. I feel like there's no reason I should be listening to this on my headphones. It's me. It's me. I'm not gonna sue myself for copyright, okay? Uh,
I mean, it's really nice compared to sleeping outside. And some of the
Facts.
other like hostile situations I've stayed in. This one is definitely superior to those. So that is very exciting. Hey, hey, whoever hopped on, I just tagged a bunch of random people. So I think that was Ty. I'm not sure. Lashida. What's up, Queen? I hope you are doing well. Uh, yes, that was her. Hey, Queen. Um,
Pause that. So I just want to say that um, a bunch of people came into this live from this other day. It was 3 days ago. Um, and I was pretty surprised because I literally was like, I need to go live today because I have to keep myself consistent, keep showing up. So I was like, yeah, let me just go live on Facebook uh, real fast and, say I was there. And people were like really popping up. And I was like, oh, okay. And I just found myself affirming them and just being like, this person is this, and they do this, and this is why they're wonderful. Um, and it was just nice to know that I know a lot of people that do amazing things and have great spirit and energy. Um, I think that that is a good sign, right? Okay, onward.
full energy of a person. I know a lot of people that I interact with on a regular basis may not know who Lashida is, but she is a beautiful individual. We should definitely reach out to her. We used to work together at Burke Williams. She's very kind and knowledgeable and just a strong woman that I really admire. So there's a little bit of that. And yeah, definitely connect with her. Um, but yeah, I found this place and it's really, it seems like I can be consistent here. And I'm excited about that. I'm getting good vibes, I'm getting good energy. The commute is really close to the office. Downtown, like the view is beautiful of downtown. Like
True.
I'm right on the edge there.
I'm gonna share some pictures
The
on my
train's right here.
Instagram.
There's the dash that goes. It's just very
And
convenient, and I
look, hold
really
on, hold
like
on.
that.
That dash goes downtown by the dispensary that I go to, like right across the street. I was like, what? Won't he do it? Okay.
Um, and also it's uh, quiet in this space. There are like children in the building, which I don't mind because I'm attracting children energy into my life. So I just really kind of see this as an omen of sorts. Like when you have children, it's not really quiet ever, and if it is, it's suspicious. So um, I'm just
Also, let's speak on that a little bit. Um, and maybe we'll just have like a watch me replay situation where I share different conversations that I've had throughout the week so you guys can so you all can know about the content that I am putting out here into the world and just really like being meta. Facebook has officially changed their business name to Meta. So it's Facebook by Meta, Instagram by Meta, WhatsApp by Meta. Um, so that's a thing. So yeah, why not just be a little meta, right? And just go through the content that I've already shared. So maybe it can reach some new people and I can just kind of keep cycling the ideas over, but adding to it in a way and just kind of digesting it and just reverberate myself, right? Like, I think that's something interesting. But in any case, this idea of inviting children energy. I went through Samantha, I think her name is like Dornias. I might be wrong. Her DJ name is So Super Sam. If you know her, you know her, and if you don't, you better get on it because she's hot fire. But she just recently had a baby, and she's very like just adorable and adventurous and fun and creative and just silly and just a wonderful human being. And I think a lot of people were surprised because she has this like childlike nature herself, that she was like excited about having a kid. Like she was like, I planned this. Like this is a thing I've always wanted to do. And people were surprised by that. She actually has a talk about it that I haven't watched yet, so I'm not going to speak on it. But essentially, she was like breaking that down, like her perspective of it's weird that people outside of me thought that this wasn't something that I wanted to do. It just really goes to show how much like business life and personal life are different, even in this day of everything's on social media. And she was very like open and like documentary about her pregnancy and her experience. Like she is very much a person that likes to catalog her experiences and events and her just herself on the internet. I've noticed, and that's something that I really appreciate because she's very authentic and genuine. And I just love all of the things that she gets into and that she shares. And with the pregnancy, she actually made a archive of it on her Instagram, so you can go to her profile and it's there at the top of the page. And she also lets people ask her questions and stuff like publicly and like shared it on her stories, and she archived some of those. And I think as a millennial potential mother, a millennial that is looking to become a mother soon, it's just really inspiring and it's really encouraging and empowering to have somebody like share their story and their experience in that way, in such a virtual way. Um, and especially someone like So Super Sam, who is this like, at least in my eyes, right? Like I don't know if a lot of people know her. That's the kind of thing where it's like I'm somebody who knows what I know and I like what I like, and like things dealing with the Kardashians and like major pop stars, Miley Cyrus, and all of those types of things. I don't really know really what's going on with them at all. I really just care about what I care about, and I have no remorse for that because a lot of the things that people decide that they want to care about, have conversations and discussions and arguments about, I'm like, you can keep that. But Sam is amazing, and as a millennial who is very intent on inviting motherhood into my life, I just find it really inspiring that Sam's documented and shared her story in such an open way. Because I think a lot of times, like as millennials, they're like, "Oh, people aren't having kids at the same rate, and it's the end of humanity. Hurry up and have more babies." And it's like, can I just be in myself for a little bit? Can I get to know why I want to have kids? And can I get to know myself and figure out how I'm gonna raise these kids like intelligently? And just see if I really want them or not. And I think just like those statistics that are all about like oh, people are having, it's like human beings can literally have children at any point in time. We aren't like other animals where we have to be in a certain season of heat, or we have like 8 year pregnancies. Like, this is, we can only have kids every 2 years or something like that. Like, that is not how we're built. We're built to pop out babies once a year. If, you know, I'm not gonna get into anything else. And we can have twins and quadruplets and all these things, like these statistics that are all like, they're not having babies, hurry up and have babies. It's like, please wait. Can you just wait? There are already 8 billion people here. I think we can slow down. I think we could take some time to think about this first, right? What's up, Vanessa? I was wondering who this was. Um, Let me see. I feel like there's some way that I can like, yeah, there we go. I'm gonna add you as a moderator. That was easy. I thought it was gonna have to be like some whole uh situation. Well, there you go. Um, I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. I was actually going to message you soon, um, because Ame and I have a call tomorrow, and I was like, I need to hit Vanessa up. But right now, I'm just going through this live that I did the other day so I can figure out which affirmation that I was going to rant on yesterday that I didn't do yesterday because, as you know, Vanessa, I've been on set these past few days for 10 and 12 and 13 hours. So, yeah, good time though. Good time, great people, wonderful experience, tons of glitter and fun. Um, so that is always a good time, especially when you get paid. Okay, I love being on set. I love the creative industry. And for a long time, I really was like, no, that's not for me. I'm not trying to be famous. But it's not even about being famous, it's just about contributing to this creative vision and just having fun and including your energy. And it's a good time, especially when you can have that value be a part of how you get compensated in life. Okay. Um, and I can go into a whole thing about that, but I'm trying to find this affirmation.
Taking that in and
Okay.
accepting that for what it is. Um,
Let's see
yeah,
here.
what else is going on? Oh, I wanted to talk about my
Thanks, Vanessa.
creative restoration sessions. You're like, what are you up to these days, Angelique? How are you doing? What's going on? How's the art stuff going? Is that Denise? Hey, Denise. What's up? You might
I'm going
be one of the people I randomly tagged
to talk on this for a little bit. Creative restoration sessions. I brought it up to this guy I met on set named Kevin, and he's like this a taller, bald, black dude. He's very like cultural and like just cool. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be going to Germany for this film festival, and my friends are going to Greece for New Year's, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to go there, if I want to go to France or somewhere else." And I was like, "You're freaking cool, Kevin." And he was telling me about all these artist grants and all these different programs and all of these different ways to get funding for projects and how you can collaborate for with nonprofits and stuff. And I was like, dang, Kevin knows the business. And I was telling him about the creative restoration sessions, and he was saying that would be a really great idea for presenting for one of these grants or for one of these community opportunities. And I was like, you're right. And I got some work to do on it. But, you know, this past 3 days, I wasn't doing much with it because I had other obligations. And I think that's just a part of it where you have to designate your time and your energy to really focus in on certain things at certain times. You know, prioritize. It's very important. And that's why I'm glad that Vanessa has so graciously offered to help me with that. Because I really do feel like the creative restoration sessions are going to be really impactful and be a space that people can really feel open and like comforted by in a way, you know, just a place for people to go where they can feel like seen and heard and expressive and just authentic, because that's the kind of space that I want it to be. And that's people. And the more that I'm like around, celebrities and different high powered people, it's making me realize that we all really do need a space to unwind. And especially in the creative industry, like the television and the film industry, um, that's it's really straining. It's really straining because it's just making this vision come to life. It has so many pieces and wheels and strings and tape. Um, and it just takes a lot of time and energy and effort to really push things forward because there's so many hands in it. But that kind of, that's just kind of a part of it. I feel like I think that kind of makes it a little fun, just this collaboration of humanity. But once the vision is, once your part of the vision is done, once the full vision is completed, I feel like that recharge is necessary, that restoration is necessary, because creators, we love to create and we like to see the vision come together. And that takes time and energy, and you need to restore that and you need to take space for that. So at all levels, you could be like a preschool teacher in the hood that teaches kids how to color in the lines, like, or like a music teacher for fourth graders in the suburbs, like literally anybody that is contributing to something and giving their energy to something, in a creative way. And that is a very broad term. So don't just think like art or music or acting, right? Um, we are all creative people, and that energy needs to be restored. So I'm very excited. And Kevin got me all types of hype. I'm going to definitely be making a meeting with him this week so we can talk about that in depth. Um, or maybe next week, because I think he's going to be in Germany this week. I think it's this week that he's going to be in Germany. So I'm definitely going to be hitting him up sometime very, very soon to actually like sit down and have a proper talk, so that we can make some moves. But onward. That was my creative restoration commercial. I'll probably talk about it a little bit more soon, but onward.
Set that creative energy and to unlock your creative energy or explore it through different projects and through different conversations. This is not going to be just a sit and paint the same kind of sunset or whatever. I love you too, Denise. Um, it's not going to be like that kind of deal. It's going to be my creative process, but shared with you all so that you all can go in it. Enjoy it as well, I should say. Hello, I'm not sure who this is. I can't see the picture that well. Oh, Cynthia. Oh, girl, you the hair. Okay, I'm like, who is this stranger? Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay. Yes, I'm doing phenomenal. I hope you're doing well because, um, again, another phenomenal woman that I know and have known my whole life. She's hilarious and strong and just a wonderful person to get advice from. So, again, here to connect people. Um, Back to my creative restoration sessions.
I talked about this for a while.
So it's going to be an opportunity for us to go through different projects. Um, and also, I'm going to be promoting conversation on topics
That's our
like
girl, always showing love to other queens.
vulnerability
Yes.
and self expression and boundaries, and just offering those kinds of concepts
That's what
as
I'm
a
here
way
for. You
to
feel me?
supplement the projects that we're going to be doing. So I'm really big on affirmations. I'm really big on self-care.
I
I'm
feel
really
like it's
big on
coming.
self-discovery and self-assessment and just all of those types of ways of growing yourself. And I want to filter those in a creative aspect.
I feel like
I
it's coming.
said cut it all. Oh, it all off. Yep. Yep. I feel it. Look, I have my braids up here, just at the top. This is the only part of my hair that I keep. I cut all the rest of it off. Cut it all off. Um, Mary, thank you for hopping in, cuz. Nice to see y'all
I
out
feel
here.
like it's
Family's
coming.
really
I don't
deep
want to
today.
skip
I love
anything. I
it.
feel
I
like it's
love it.
coming.
Um, and I appreciate you, and you are doing great work as well. Definitely check out cousin Mary. She is out here spreading the good news. She has a powerful voice. Her and her husband. Um, they have a wonderful ministry. They go live on a consistent basis. So if you definitely need to check them out, if you need some word in your life, because they will definitely serve it to you. Um, yeah, and she's just a beautiful soul as well. So I appreciate you for hopping in. Yeah, so it's just one of those things for my creative restoration sessions. It's one of those things where I have a passion, I have a desire to serve, and I feel like this is something that our community really needs because I don't think black women, especially, but all women, um, we don't take the time to really, again, unwind and tap into our creativity and allow ourselves to make mistakes and have conversations
Vanessa
about things that are
says it's just so good to see the progression and evolution, support for others, because you know it wasn't always like that, especially within the industry. Absolutely. Um, People go through some really tough things, especially historically women and women of color. And in this time, we all, like, I feel like I wouldn't want to be alive at any other time. And if you asked me that in high school, I'd have been like, this is whack. People are whack. Society's whack. Like, I was like, life is boring. Like, people are boring. There's nothing going on. Okay. I would have been so the opposite, but I think there is just such a progression and evolution, like Vanessa is saying, with people, not like with technology or the billionaires going to space or anything. I'm finding that people are really focusing on evolving themselves, like spiritually and mentally and intellectually. Like the knowledge evolution is what I'm here for. Like fashion and technology and all of those things are cool, and I'm like definitely here for it and into it. But the progression of the mind and the spirit is really more of what I'm interested in, and I think we are in an incredible time and space for that, and I would not want to be anywhere else, um, because I think that this has just been so beautiful so far, and it's just getting started. Honestly, I feel like this is just like the tippity tip of it, and it's gonna spread and grow, and that life is gonna get really interesting over these next 5 to 20 years. Honestly, um, for me, at least that's the reality that I'm seeing. I know that we all perceive things differently, and people were alive in the 80s. I think the 80s were like a cool time, um, like a very dramatic time, um, and definitely a very like wild time. But I think it was like an interesting time to be like aware and like in your 20s or your teens, or just like an adults period. And it was a time that people made a lot of growth, but it wasn't really like the mainstream thing wasn't the growth. It was more just like, ooh, look at all these new things, and we're learning all this new stuff, and we're technology and computers and beep boop beep boop house music, right? Like, I feel like that was a cool time, but I think these days we've kind of like just grown accustomed to all the technology and stuff. We're kind of getting like softened to it and just kind of been like, okay, this thing is here and exists, but what's going on with me? What's going on with my people? Like, what's going on with where we're going collectively? Like, mentally, emotionally, like how are we all feeling and how can we all start to feel a little bit better, um, continuously so that the world will be better in a big way, down the line. And that's what I'm saying. Down the line, I feel like things are going to be really dope. But only time will tell. In any case, let me to Vanessa says, and even more so with women, especially women of color. Yeah. Somebody said yesterday, it was so funny. We were talking about the different changing the names of the holidays, and this lady, black lady, she was like, "Yeah, we're changing everything that the white people thought they could take." And it was just it was something like that, and I was just like, "Oh shit." She said it. I didn't say it. She said it. It wasn't me. But everything, every concept, every idea has its time and its place and its space. In every, if you believe in multiple dimensions, in every dimension, everything is taking place. And I feel like that is low key the vibe right now. And I don't think that there's anything wrong or aggressive about that. I think it's more of a natural cycle of you try to claim something and you had a hold on it for only so long. At some point, the grip will loosen, and nature is always shifting to the strongest desire. And when people are oppressed and when people are feeling like consumed by something, they press back against it. So it's just kind of the shift that's happening. It's like standing on one leg or the other. We've got to find some balance, right? Let's see. Vanessa says, I know it may always exist, but it's a lot better than it was even a few decades ago. I experienced not just racism, but colorism. It's nice to see things change for the better. Yes. I've definitely heard a lot less like light skin, dark skin kind of talk. But also, I'm not sure, again, it's one of those things where my uh, perspective, my situation, like where I am and what I do, doesn't really invite that or hasn't really invited that. And like I say, going like in the industry, I'm sure that at some point it may come up, but that's not something that I expect. And those aren't situations. Like if I feel like somebody would say that to me, I just wouldn't work with them. I just be like, yeah, this isn't it. And I think more people are standing on that same concept and personal self-respect, and not folding to the, oh, is there some way you can like lighten up a little bit, like, and not letting people like low key bully them into like doing something to adjust their natural beauty, or make them feel like how they are or who they are is wrong and that they need to change. I think a lot more people are standing more confidently in themselves, and that's because of people that have paved the path, like Lily, like Viola Davis, like I'm trying to think of a guy. I can't think of a guy. Um, uh, who? Just like anybody, really. I'm trying to think of a guy that's kind of had a time, but I don't really research a lot of. I guess Donald Glover, right? Black nerd culture, black intelligence and excellence, and all the different varieties of blackness that he introduced to the world through the internet. And all just like the bars and the comedy and the honesty and the savagery and just his excellence. You feel me? He introduced a lot of the variety of black people to the world, and that is something that is necessary. Representation is essential to making change for the better. Okay. Vanessa also says, remember when not having relaxed hair or straight hair was such an issue. Now every is that a C girl? What does that mean? Can know where they. Oh, gotcha. Uh, Now every girl can know they are worthy and see representation anywhere. Um, and I'm assuming you're saying like colored girl or girl of color um, can see they are worthy, can know they are worthy, and see representation everywhere. Yeah, the internet has made representation almost like automatic because if there's somebody out there that wants to do something, they can put it on the internet. And it doesn't matter what they look like, it doesn't matter who they know, it doesn't matter where they are, um, it doesn't matter what kind of clothes they wear, it doesn't matter what language they speak or what topic they want to talk about. They can put it on the internet and somebody will see it. Um, and if they do the work and the effort of making it be seen more widely, again, which is why I'm replaying this, um, it will reach more people and that representation will grow. And I think a lot of people are still stuck in that idea that they need somebody to increase their representation outside of them. Like they need a platform outside of themselves to, go out into the world and share. But you don't really. It just takes a little more effort to find the places that allow you to naturally share yourself and your representation. And that takes time because, again, we've been duped into thinking we have to go through these certain channels. But I think, again, it's becoming more open and more, people are collaborating more and making more effort to support each other and share each other's work. And just show love and appreciation. I think that's all Vanessa had on there. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to this. I feel like it's coming. I'm halfway through this video, and I feel like the affirmation is coming. We'll get right
like
into it. I
really
promise.
think about how we want to grow as people and what we want to do with our own lives, right? Um, and I think that as you're painting, as you're drawing, as you're coloring, as you're doodling, as you're doing anything creative, it really allows your mind to tap into different ways that you can do those things, different ways
Right.
that you can set better boundaries, different ways that you can better express yourself, different ways that you can just be in this world and shine your light. So that's essentially all that I wanted to come on here to share today. And again, just to say thank you all for supporting me. Um, I know, like,
Thank you.
it's been a road, um, and I am really finding my footing, and I'm getting things more consistent, and I'm really excited about these ideas that I have. I actually have a sample. I almost forgot. Let me find it.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Y'all up in my nose. Hello. What's up, Amber? What's up, Bree? Hey, everybody. All y'all lovely ladies. How's it going today? Okay. Um, so this is a sample of one of the paint or um, coloring boards that I can do for the creative restoration sessions. And I am planning on offering them virtually, so because this is really just like this. It's just like a flat board, so it won't cost too much to ship. You can use acrylic on it. I'm gonna try and see what it's like with like different types of materials like crayons and chalk and marker and stuff. If you want to catch any of that experimentation, that's going to be on YouTube. I do go live stream on YouTube every day, usually in the evening or the
Yeah, I have to make like a
morning,
schedule for this,
just to
cause
really have that studio time because one of my mentors really
and I low key
drove
I
it home with
did.
me that if I'm not in the
Um,
studio honing
I
my
just
craft is dying and I'm not
haven't. I think I'm
working as
gonna
hard as
make it
some
like
people.
by
Oh
the
my God,
week,
ouch. So
or maybe
I've been setting aside time to explore.
once I see my situation with the doing the week by week thing is what's been kind of keeping me like, oh, I gotta make sure that I work so that I have to so that I can pay for this. Um, and I'm thinking once I pay for the month, I'll be able to have the time and space to actually sit and do the stream and be like productive as far as this goes because I get so distracted by the numbers. Um, and with the streaming, it really is more of just a way to connect with people. With having the studio time, it's really more of a way to connect with people. And hold on, I'm gonna pause this because, like, again, I feel like the affirmation is coming. Um, but I do also plan for it to be like a stream of income. Absolutely. I think this is such a valuable opportunity for a lot of people, and I think that they would be willing to contribute or donate to helping me sustain my life and my lifestyle by paying for a session or a class or a workshop or however it's going to be called. Um, with the studio time, that's what kind of this is. It really is to help to promote for that as well for the creative restoration sessions. But again, it's also just for me to hone my craft and to increase my craft and put it in a place where my art is, my art skills are growing so that I can sell my pieces for more money and that they look better and that they are more representational of what I want to actually express and just having that time. And so we're definitely at the beginning kind of building blocks of things. And it's just an exciting place to be because I feel myself building in a direction that I want to be building in, and that wasn't always my life. Um, there was definitely a point in time where I felt like Ella Enchanted. And if you don't know that movie, ooh, I think it's Anne Hathaway. Julian gets me all confused because he can't tell the difference between Anne Hathaway, Sandra Bullock, and somebody else. And I was like, yo, he's low key, right? But I think it's Anne Hathaway. And I'm not gonna look it up either. I'm gonna just let myself be wrong if I'm wrong. But she is essentially cursed. I guess it's a curse at a young age, and it was supposed to be a blessing. I think was the bit about it was that it was supposed to be a blessing that she was like obedient, right? Um, but it got to a point where it's like every time anybody asked her to do something, she like had to do it, and so she was just literally was just like ding, 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 like somebody every time somebody asked her something to do something, and that is what I felt like in my life. I'm like, why am I even doing this? Why am I even doing this for this person? Like one time when I was younger, this lady was like, "Oh, I lost my keys. Can you help me find my keys?" And a part of me just was like, "Okay, I'll help you." And then I'm like, "Where were you last?" This. She told me she was in the bathroom, and I was like, "Oh, it might be in the trash can." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And it was an older woman, and this was at church, and I was like in grade school, so it was like one of those things where it's like, okay, I don't want to make like justification for it, but like I was a kid and I was there, and I was like, I got the time. So it was like, yeah, let me go check. And lo and behold, they were in the trash can. And I found them. And, luckily there was just like paper towels in there. It wasn't anything nasty or biohazardous, I should say. I'm not going to call anybody nasty. Biohazardous. It didn't seem like there was anything in there that would cause me harm or health issues. Uh, so yeah, and then I brought her keys back, and she was really grateful, and I was like, cool, I found her keys. But it's just like going to those types of lengths for people that also could probably, manage for themselves or like go do that for themselves, um, has been something that I had to challenge and to step away from, because that was not always in my best interest. So I had to learn how to really focus on what my priorities are and what I want and what I want to do. And that's definitely something I'm still growing in and learning how to do. So yeah, that is that. But let's continue because I feel like it's so close. I feel like it's so
Oh, we got
close.
the same three comments. Facebook. Let's see.
Okay, 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 okay.
You are amazing, strong woman that I'm proud of. Keep pushing. You got this. Thank you. Oh, I also want to promo my cousin Tiffany. She wrote a book, yo. Okay.
I still gotta read it,
Definitely go
Loki.
check it out. I'm trying to recall the name of it. It's um, it's like basically 10 things to get your life in order, and to get toxic people out your life. I know my family and my cousins are all like powerful, insightful people, especially my ladies. Um, but let me tell you, she got some real knowledge in there that I was like, okay, girl, okay, okay, I see you, I see you. And it's right in alignment with the work that I'm doing, that I thought I was doing independently, honestly. But it's beautiful to see that other people in my family are picking up on this vibe.
Facts.
10 ways to become the better you. There you go. And she breaks it down in the steps, um, in the different chapters. And it's a short read. It's like 50 pages, I think. It's really good. I know a lot of my friends on here read, write books, personal development, self-development, um, that are maybe hesitant about putting your book out there and you got knowledge to drop. Definitely go read this and it'll help inspire you for sure, for sure. Um, then he said, I'm so happy you're doing this. I have been looking to do all of it. What a blessing. Yes. Yeah, and if I have your address and stuff already, you might get one of these in the mail. Since I have these little checks coming in from the gigs, I have money to just be sending people stuff. So be on the lookout. You might get something from me.
For
Okay.
real though, I'm getting there.
Let's see.
Just
What's
gotta get things a
Thank
little
you.
more
Hey,
organized
brother
first.
Ryan. What's up, brother in the house? Brother Ryan is a also an incredible speaker, writer, works with the young
Just a
men
whole
in
promo
Los
stream, y'all. Just
Angeles, and it's just powerful. Like when you need someone to speak life over you, definitely hit up Ryan. His videos and his content, um, he has a tongue of fire. So definitely hit him up for some of that content. I don't know if he goes live on the ATBA page at all, but um, he should, because I always enjoy the word he has to bring. Always very supportive and encouraging. Um, but yeah, I think that's it. If you are interested in any of these things,
it's like a minute
and
left.
signing up for supporting
Shoot.
any of these things, definitely DM me. My DMs are always open.
Oh, it might
Even
have
if
been
I
my other
won't
one.
get into
Oh
them
shoot, we just watched this whole video.
24
Frick.
hours later, because I'll see them and then it's just like a whole thing. Antoinette Maria Grand, the evening queen, another beautiful, powerful speaker, and soul sister that I'm so grateful to call tribe, to call family. I almost said like tramley or something like that. I was like, what is that? Um, but yeah, she's a very financially savvy and relationship savvy and just wisdom pouring out of her seams. So that's the last
True.
little thing I'm going to say today because I do really got to get off here so I can get myself ready to go stream on YouTube. Again, that's my name on YouTube. Look it
Shoot.
up.
I also didn't
Other
stream
than that,
after
have a
this.
beautiful, wonderful, spectacular,
I
magical day because
did not.
you deserve it, because you are worthy. And again, thank you all so much
Shoot.
for your support thus far, and I'm really looking forward to sharing these awesome.
This is not it. Y'all, I bamboozled myself. Shoot. Ah. Yo, just watch this whole video. I'm not mad at it. You feel me? I'm not mad at it. Uh, I just was like, dang.
Maybe I'll
She said, hey, with her face. Oh, you can't even really hear this one. Oh, goodness. This is from Friday.
It's not too bad. Even though, again, I got pounded in the face with confetti and glitter today. Like, my screen is black. They said, but you can really
This
see
is hilarious, honestly.
um,
Hold on, I can skip through this one. Because I thought it was.
2 hours, every 4 hour shift at Amazon, but I literally tested 20 hours dancing and clapping and laughing and
This.
talking and screaming.
This was a big realization for me.
At the top of my lungs. And I can only do 4 hours at Amazon. And I can only do really an hour and a half in the freezer. And I was like, it's just incredible the way that life shows you what you do and do not enjoy, and the way that it leads you to living in your passion if you allow it.
Truth. Truth,
Like,
Angelique.
it was crazy.
So smart.
Like, my shoes are literally broke up. And I'm just like, this is fine. This is so fine.
I'm going to speak on this for a little bit because I was like, maybe I can take them back to this guy. I can find this shop in the alleys again and see if I can exchange them for a different shoe because literally I had them for 3 days. I didn't get any kind of receipt or anything, but you know, because it's the alleys, but I feel like I find this guy again, and he might be kind enough to let me exchange my shoes. Maybe not give me my money back because I don't really want the money back. Um, I just want new shoes because I was like, these heels have flattened. I don't know what happened, but something in them is just like smashed. Um, so yeah, definitely got to go see him about that.
Because, look, I got other shoes, right?
Facts. Wearing them right now.
I got other shoes.
Oh, my group chat's getting a little thick.
And it'll be okay. Because guess what? I'm doing something that I love to do. I'm doing something that
Oh, this is
I
sloppy.
truly enjoy.
Audio. I already knew it was gonna be,
And
but
I feel confident in that because that's something that I've been
that's
asking
okay.
myself recently. Like, what do I want to spend the majority of my time doing? Right? I feel like next time I'm gonna do this at cross campus.
That's where I'm at right
I think
now.
that would be better.
Let's
I
see
just feel
here.
like the vibe is a little bit. Yeah, I think that might be the move. But yeah, like every experience that you have, that you take on, that you put yourself into, that you create, right, is showing you, is exposing, the path of most allowance, where you allow yourself to be of service, in the most allowing way. Because there are so many services that are needed in this world.
I feel like it's coming.
Right. So many random services that are needed in this world, and we are each 8 billion of us is here to help fulfill a service. And it's a matter of how you allow yourself to be
right?
used.
Can you hear it?
And how you allow.
Is that okay? Sorry. I saw your comment, Vanessa. Oh, you're saying A talking, right? Oh, you're talking about me. I was like, what? You're the only person on the face of this planet that calls me A. So I was like, what is this? It's okay. So if that was literally anyone else, I'd be still confused. Okay, my bad. Thank you. Oh gosh.
How you allow your energy and your time and your resources to be used, right? Like putting those three things, your energy and your time and your resources, into the things that life shows you is allowing the path of most allowance. That brings the most joy and allows you to have the most energy at the end of the day, so you can rest well and still feel satisfied that you did some good work today, right? That you added value to a space, that you were necessary. Ooh, that's going to be the affirmation rant tomorrow is going to be, you are necessary.
Boom. There it is. I told you it was coming. I told you it was right there. It was right there. We did this beat, okay? Just 57 minutes in. Feel me? But this is supposed to be a 4-hour stream. So in any case, we're right on time. Let's see. I call you A. Remember, I always try to be different with calling people nicknames that others don't. So I'm always remembered. There you go. That's a smart one. Yeah, I just have a thing about calling people nicknames. I feel like, for me personally, I'm not comfortable just being like, "Hey, what's up, V?" Like, I'm gonna call you what you tell me your name is, and try to remember that. Because if I start calling you something else, when someone says your actual name, I'm gonna be like, "Who is that?" Right? Like, that's me. That's me. In any case. The affirmation for today, let's go ahead and transition on into that as we are reaching this hour mark. I hope that the replay of this content of the past week on Facebook has encouraged and inspired, or maybe sparked something in you. And I think that that's something that I'm actually going to do on a regular basis, is maybe go live on Facebook half the week and then live on YouTube the other half of the week, and kind of cross the content so that different targets are reached until it gets to a point where people are like, you said this on I watched both of these and I don't want to listen to this, until people start complaining, right? That part. Ask for forgiveness, right? So yeah, the affirmation this week, you are necessary. You are necessary, you are essential, and not just because that is a trending word. You have always been essential. If you were not essential, then you would not exist. And Simply by existing, you are necessary. Someone needs you to exist. Someone needs you to be doing what you're doing. Someone needs to hear your story. Every part of you, every aspect of you, every piece of your journey has been necessary to bring you to where you are. And I know that it can be challenging to be grateful for the past experiences that you've had, the situations you've been in, the relationships you've lost, the people that have hurt you. All of that is necessary so that you can be the you that you are meant to be and be what is needed for this world to be a better place, to be a more loving place, to be a more compassionate place, to be a more understanding place. You are necessary to show up for yourself. You are necessary as a piece of your life and your goodness and your happiness. And I think a lot of times we forget that we are needed in our own lives, and we give so much to others, and we extend ourselves so much to community, and we give our attention and our time and our resources and our energy over to all of these outside factors that we don't take the time to realize that we are necessary to take care of ourselves. We are necessary for ourselves to feel love. We are necessary to serve our lives in only the way that we can. And I think that that's a beautiful reminder to have on any day of the week, even if it's not on Saturday, when I usually do my affirmation rants. So I appreciate y'all having the grace to either skip forward in the replay, and having the grace during the live, Vanessa, to sit and watch me go through this content. But again, I like this kind of situation and idea of breaking down just different things and replaying it to myself to see where I'm at and just check in on my own energy and mindset, right? But I appreciate you taking the time and the energy and the grace to allow me to speak life into you. And if you would like to have a more personalized, a private affirmation rant, and I think I'm gonna move these more to a private thing. I was gonna make it a group activity, but I think I'm gonna make them one-on-one sessions. So if you're a part of the postcard posse, again, I think I'm gonna limit it to 30 people, and I'll just create a time block, and we can spend 15 minutes, and I'll just kind of see where you're at, see how you're doing, see what you need encouragement in. We can pick an affirmation that you're working on, and I'll just rant on it for you individually as a person. In the Postcard Pals, that is a monthly subscription, or you can just pay it and just do it for 1 month. But if you want to have it on a regular basis, we can turn it into a subscription style situation, because I do think it's necessary. Here's a confession. I had a cry session this morning, and it was absolutely beautiful. And it was funny because Ame had sent me a post for the book club, and it had to do with washing yourself of negative energy and just releasing and being present and being mindful and being aware. And I was like, ooh, this is just so aligned with the morning that I'm having, because I let myself rest. Like I said, these past 3 days, I did 30 plus hours of work, dancing, sweating, clapping, standing, walking, just moving around, being in places, doing things, like 10, 12-hour shifts. And that's an industry standard. That is not uncommon, right? That is actually kind of how things get done, honestly. And I was, like I said, okay, totally fine with that, talking about it, very grateful for it. But to refresh myself, I needed to have that cry today. I needed to just take that moment to Let my body be like, whoa. Whoa. You just did that. You just did that thing and you showed up and you showed out. You know, you were your brightest, you were your most excellent, you were your kindest, you were your most patient. Um, you were listening, you were, again, just, there being my best. And not trying to do anything extra, right? I wasn't like, I'm out here trying to get chose. That is not my energy, because I'm focusing more on what I'm doing versus like stepping into the industry in that way. But I did at some point have that idea of talking to the house manager, about like if the art department needed any PAs, but I prayed on it and I was like, I don't really have the space to take on a job of that nature. And the reason I realized that was because I prayed on it, and then as I was picking up, something off a table, a guy that was from set was like, "Yeah, I just worked a 70-hour week or something like that." I was like, "Did you just say 70 hours?" And he said, "Yeah." And part of me knew that that was a normal standard practice in the industry. And, it's not uncommon for people to work those types of hours. Um, and I was like, that, and I realized like I also had to miss the right girl, um, welcome day. And, it was just a lot of things that made me realize that's not where I want to focus my energy right now. I really want to focus on Angelique and Angelique the artist and Angelique.com and my creative restoration sessions and my volunteering with Right Girl and, High Vibe and ATVA, like all of these things that I already have going on. I want to have them be supported, the book club, like supported through me and what I'm doing and what I'm generating, and not tap into another, system, that's outside of myself. I want to build my own system so I can know what's going on when things are happening, make sure that my 70 hours are going somewhere where it's going to reap me the highest benefit, in return possible. Um, because I definitely asked yesterday, like, or Thursday, Friday. I asked Friday what Saturday's time frame was gonna look like, and the people were like, "Oh, it's kind of up in the air." And I was like, "That's another answer," because I was like, I signed up for it, so that is what it is, and that's what I'm committed to and what I'm showing up for. Um, and I understand that, but as a lifestyle to be like, supported and sustained and standing on, no, thank you. I like some sort of certainty with my, service. And if that certainty is that I'm showing up on this day for you to use me however you plan to use me, with, certain boundaries, and expectations, right? um, then I'm gonna, that's what I'm signing up for. That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm not gonna depend on that to be like my life's bread, because again, people are up in the air, and that is not, I've learned, I have matured to the point where I understand that that isn't what I want. Even though I do enjoy a little once in a while up in the airness, which is why I enjoy the creative industry again. But I had to have that session, this moment, this morning, and I just was crying, and I was just like, just I was like, I don't even know why I'm crying. I was like, I'm just letting my body cry. Like, I felt a little achy, but I felt achy before and didn't cry, right? Like, and there's also that kind of post event, like post hype, um, depression, and not necessarily like moving into a state of depression, but that, natural energy digression, I guess I should say, where it's like, you're like, whoa, this is a hype thing. This is an event. We're doing stuff. We're active. We're like really putting forward our energy, doing something purposeful, doing something interesting. And then you kind of roll back into, it's like going on vacation, right? It's like going to a party or a retreat or something like that. And then you go back home in the suburbs and you're like, fuck. Um, Life is just kind of here. And I think for me, I've gone through that enough to realize that I do really enjoy being in an event space. I really enjoy being in a celebratory space. And I think that's something a lot of people enjoy, but I don't think it's something that most people are driven by or like, I don't want to use the word obsessed with, but I do really feel like every time I finish an event or a shoot or anything, I'm like, I want to do this again. I want to do this more. I want to have this be more of how my time is spent. Like, it is almost like an addiction because you're like, I want it. But there's definitely people out there who are like, every once in a while. Like, I only want to do that every once in a while. And I think that there's a part of me that is that, but I do feel very drawn and very interested in and very like, I just feel comforted by that space. I feel like I'm always like, I feel like there's always something to do. There's always a way I can help. There's always a way that I'm being productive or creative when I'm in that space. And that's what I want. I want to be in a creative process. I want to be serving. I want to be contributing to something larger. Like, I want to be creating a vision and making it come to life. That's my thing as an artist. Like, that's what I enjoy, and that's what I'm sharing with my creative restoration sessions, for the people that also enjoy that. But to be on my end of it, where it's like you really do have to put in every aspect of it to create the vision for other people to be able to create the vision, I think just kind of that the stacking on it is like the behind the scenes have always really interested me. So yeah, I was like, I don't even know why I'm like crying, like, and and it was kind of like I said, that post event digression, and just that realizing that I want to do more, but also realizing that I need the rest and I need the time and space to like restore myself and to really make sure that my cup is overflowing and that I'm not just jumping into things again. So that happened this morning, and that was a wonderful, excuse me, just release and restoration. Excuse me. I guess I could say restoring. Yeah, restoring works there. It was a wonderful restoring that I had this morning, and definitely helped me to like kind of shift gears back into like, well, what am I doing now that has nothing to do with this production? And that's why I was just like, I didn't do my stream yesterday. I got to do my affirmation rant. So that is why we are on here today. And again, I'm streaming this from the OBS through YouTube. I didn't do the webcam today. I did the OBS. That's why we look like this. And that's why I can do this. Oh, let's see. And I can do that. Oh, whoa. I can bounce myself around and just say, oh. Okay, I'm silly. I'm sorry. Watching a little playback of this is hilarious. That's so silly. I love myself. But that's what I was saying. After that session, I went and I looked in the mirror and I was just like, I love you. You are amazing. You are enduring. You are incredible. Like, I was just pouring into myself, and I was like, I gave myself a hug, and it was just one of those things where I was just like, I needed to reconnect with myself after this weekend of really having that realization of this is like something that I enjoy, but also something that is energetically demanding. And I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. And that I allow myself to cry when I need to, when my body feels like it needs to release that energy. Absolutely. So that is about it for me today. I got some laundry to do. I got to get my schedule together. I was going to do all of this. Well, not the laundry part. I was going to do the scheduling stuff and like maybe do some sketching stuff. Um, but honestly, I'm a little tapped. So I'm going to maybe come back on later. I don't know. We might come back on for another hour so we can get our time up consistently. But it is Sunday, so decisions. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna just be kind of chilling these next few days and making sure that I get myself in order because this weekend I definitely made enough to cover um, my month for December, which is goals, right? Spend 3 days, get 30 days clear. You feel me? That is good math. That's some great math. Okay. And we are going to figure out how to keep that trend going. So that requires order, organization, accountability. Vanessa, if you're still here. And we're making those moves and doing the things and um, growing and building and documenting it along the way. Like I was telling the staff at Right Girl, I let them know that I was having housing trouble and just kind of what my situation was. And they let me know that if I needed the space and the time, they're very kind and gentle, which is why I really want to make sure that I'm respecting the commitments that I offer and the things that I say that I'm going to do. Because, and making sure that I give time to that space because I do feel good energy from that place. And I think it has amazing potential that I want to add to. And I think I could be very valuable there. So I want to make sure that I'm getting that. But at the same time, well, I guess I say, and at the same time, building my own business and focusing myself so I can be representation in that kind of way. So yeah, the schedule stuff is gonna get done today. Thank you for being here, Vanessa. I appreciate you. You are a real one, for real, because this has been some time. But we're gonna get it together and we're gonna be doing amazing things. So look out for it. Thank you for watching this. If you watched all the way through, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, spectacular, magical day because you deserve it, because you are worthy. And here's the best thing about a stream from the OBS or like a streaming system. When I get it together, we're going to have like a cute little in video thing so it's not awkward when I leave. Okay, so let me know if you have any ideas on that. But we got some creative things to do on the back end that I'm excited about because it's usually stuff that I do for other people, but now I have to do it for myself. And that's fun and I'm excited. I also need to hit up DJ about some things. If you don't know who DJ is, the PLK nonprofit, they had an event this weekend that I'm going to be posting about on my channel. Or not on my channel, on my Instagram feed, because she's really out here doing incredible work. And if I had really had the space, and I feel like now, again, it's one of those things, I know I'm just signing off, rambling, I apologize. But I think this is important to share. I'm realizing that yesterday I could have done two things that were more community focused, but instead I did something that was more income focused. And I did that because I want to make sure that going forward that I'm taken care of so that I can make sure that when I say I have the time or the space to offer or to attend or to support something, I really do. Um, and that it's not like, again, where I'm like, oh, I work so that I can make sure that I have somewhere to sleep at night and food to eat. It's like, no, those things are already covered. Those things are already in the schedule. I definitely have time for this. I definitely can give you this energy. I definitely can um, be here. I can definitely support and be present. And let me tell you, this week I had a bunch of random things scheduled. Well, not random things. I had a few shifts scheduled. I didn't do any Amazon shifts because everything was just so much this week. This week was really heavy. Like, let me tell you, this past week was really heavy. Um, and I had to drop a lot of things. I had to drop a lot of work opportunities and just shift a lot of things, and it really helped me to focus and prioritize, right? And just see, like, you know, who I am and what I like to do and how I feel most like um, successful and affirmed and contributive. Uh, and yeah, that was the working on set. Doing background work is fun stuff. It's definitely something that I truly enjoy doing and will be doing more of. Um, but yeah, in any case, again, you're wonderful, you're beautiful, you're spectacular, and I know your day will be great if you allow it to be great. So, again, I'm signing off, and I will see you tomorrow because it's the Monday day, and we do that thing on the Monday day. So, bye.